Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is November 8th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see the state of California virtually 100% cloud free this morning, maybe a few high clouds across Northern California. And if we look out across the Pacific Ocean, you can see our next frontal system out here, but this one is going to be weakening as it approaches. It should bring a little bit of light precipitation to some of the coastal areas of Northern California, but we have a stronger frontal system that'll be coming down, mainly impacting areas Monday morning and on in through Tuesday morning. Some gusty southerly winds from the Bay Area north, some snow for the Sierra Nevada, and we got potential additional systems after that. So we'll check that out here as we go through the video this morning. I want to take a look at what's going on this morning in Southern California. You can see that Oxnard fire, the mountain fire to the northeast up here, is not producing too much smoke right now. Even though it's only 7% contained, it may flare up again this afternoon. We'll see how that goes. But that's relatively good news as far as, these winds were pretty strong and conditions were extremely dry with this offshore wind event. Taking a look at that, you can see it's over 20,000 acres. Again, the mountain fire is there. There's Oxnard, and here's the Los Angeles metro. So something of note that was going on, and you might think that, hey, I've got a valley between those trees over there and my homes, or, you've got a big distance between anything that can burn in your house. But when you get these extreme fire conditions, these embers can be lofted well into the atmosphere. Then the strong winds easily carry them downstream, and they can start fires, a great distance away from where the actual fire is actually burning. So that's probably the last time I'll mention what is known as long-range spotting here for this round anyway. Now, taking a look at red flag warnings, still up right now for some of Southern California, but the winds have reduced dramatically. And this goes until looks like mountains till 11 a.m. So that should be expiring as we go through the day today. Still some air quality alerts from some of the smoke out there also. Now let's turn our attention to a bit more wet of a forecast. You can see Northern California, look at Crescent City, 2 to 3 inches from Sunday night through Tuesday morning. Some moderate and heavy rain, some gusty southerly winds. Look at that, up to 45 miles per hour in some of the ridges and coastal headlands. Look at, we're looking down towards what? Let's go to Ukiah. You can see Clear Lake is there. There's Point Arena, Fort Bragg, maybe up towards an inch of precipitation. Definitely better amounts the further northwest you go up the coastline, though. You can see Klamath, 1.5 to 2 inches expected. Now, we've also got snowfall coming for some of the Sierra Nevada, a 24-hour probability of 3 or more inches of snow. So we're going to be looking at that here in the weather models in a moment as well. I'll tell you the snow levels that in a bit also. Now, let's scroll through here. This is that storm system out across New Mexico and Colorado, just dumping some huge amounts of snow out there, some severe weather. But in the wake of that, we had the high pressure and the strong offshore winds, very dry conditions here across California. However, that is going to change to an extent as we bring this initial system that I showed you on the visible satellite, but that one is decaying quite rapidly. The stronger system will arrive Monday morning, and you can see that rolling down across the area. Some snow for the Klamath Range, Mount Shasta, Sierra Nevada, Bay Area is going to get some rainfall to this, even the central coast with some gusty winds. And then this system will move through. The cold front will push down. Some strong northwesterly and westerly winds will move down as we go through the day Tuesday. And then that system slides through. But then we have an additional frontal system. Looks like it's going to be impacting areas probably Wednesday night as we go through Thursday coming up here. And the trajectory of that storm will make a big difference on what kind of snow levels there's going to be and what kind of precipitation amounts get brought back up in California and what kind of wind speeds we see. But it is good to see that we are looking at some more active wet weather here for some of the state at least. If we take a look at the European on the left versus the GFS on the right, I'm going to put this into motion. And in fact, let's just do this. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to check out the European artificial intelligence because that'll give us a more recent run, and we'll compare that versus the GFS. So we can kind of look at what is 18,000 feet or 500 millibars. There's that storm system out across New Mexico. Put this into motion. There's our decaying frontal system here as we go through this weekend coming up, bringing some clouds, a little bit of precip with it. But the stronger frontal system arrives Monday morning. And again, this one is going to bring some gusty southerly winds, some mountain snows with it. That system moves through. And then you can see good model agreement on the secondary frontal system arriving also. It's still got a little bit of that inside slider look, but if this trajectory can get a little bit far enough out to the west, we can bring some better precipitation amounts. So that's what we're going to be watching here over the next few days. This GFS kind of brings it a little bit further west as well. So cross your fingers for that, as if you want some rainfall here across much of the state of California. And I do want to show you this frontal system as we go through this week. And there's the initial one that's falling apart, but this one has some stronger winds with it. And you can see some gusty southerlies all the way down across the Bay Area as we go on in through the day Monday. And then that changes to northwesterly and westerly here across some of Southern California. And then it kind of turns a little bit offshore here as we go through, what is this, Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, but nothing like what we just went through. And then that next frontal system will be trying to swing down there. We'll watch that though as we come in through the next few days. Now let's take a look at what the GFS, what would that mean for the GFS? As you saw, there were some differences with that second frontal system. There's the initial one there that goes through Monday through Tuesday and get a little bit of a break. And actually the GFS is kind of going through some things here. I'm trying to give you the most recent data, but that looked like we were getting some incomplete. There we go. That's better. So here we go. Now, as we bring that trough off the coastline here, as we go through next weekend, the GFS doesn't want to bring much precipitation back into the state. The European doing a little bit better with that. So yeah, that's not great to see. But again, we'll revisit that tomorrow. The GFS has a tendency to not be quite as accurate as the European model here. So if we go ahead and look at the let's do the 06Z artificial intelligence, and let's run oceanic, and we're going to go northeast here. If I can find it, where are you there? Northeast. And let's go ahead and run this through on last night's artificial intelligence model. So initial frontal system, stronger frontal system, Monday, Tuesday, a little bit of a break. And then that next frontal system, that looks like it could pack a punch Bay Area north as we go through Wednesday and Thursday. And we go through next weekend. What does that next system look like? That's not too bad. We might bring some precipitation across Southern California, even places like Las Vegas and some of Arizona. So that's one to watch there. We'll see how the models come into some agreement as we go through the extended forecast. So take that with a grain of salt. Total precipitation in inches, national blend of models. So watch what comes here. So as we go on in through Monday, look at some of these totals here for Northwest California and the Bay Area getting some decent amounts, Sierra Nevada here. And then that second frontal system as we go through Wednesday, Thursday, it's bringing some pretty heavy amounts across Northwest California. Up the coastal areas, look at that, over 2, 3, 4 inches for some regions. And then if we go on in towards the next weekend, you can see it is hinting at a little bit of precipitation, trying to make its way down towards Southern California. And we'll be watching that daily to see if that will trend upwards or downwards as we go. But you know, that's kind of nice to see. We'll see how that trends. Now looking at total snow in inches. Now basically I want to give you the timing of this next system here. So here we go through very early Monday morning. Some of that starts flying across some of the higher terrain, maybe Mount Shasta here, northern Sierra Nevada. As we go through the day Monday, it's going to be falling across the Sierra Nevada. There's Monday night. Here we go very early Tuesday morning, and then kind of wrapping up as we go through the day Tuesday. So you can see there are some pretty decent amounts showing up for the higher terrain. Snow levels are coming next. Let's take a look at that. This is actual wording here from Reno National Weather Service. You can see initially about 7,000 feet or higher, and it drops to about 5,500 to 6,000 Monday evening. So if you're going over any passes on the day Monday or Monday night through Tuesday, check your pass levels here, and remember that the snow level could be dropping down towards 5,500 or 6,000 feet. And there's that 30 to 50% chance for 4+ inches of snow. It could cause some slick roadways out there. Now, I want to bring this one up here as well, because we are definitely at that time of year where things are much more comfortable out there. This is for today. Look at these nice and comfortable temperatures. I mean, this is just perfection if you want to get out and go for a jog or something, or just take a walk outside. Look at some of these temperatures Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Of course, a little bit chillier across the backcountry there, but, you know, very nice, at least compared to the very hot summer we did have across much of the Southwest. And you can see as we go towards next weekend how things look to be cooling down here. We'll keep revisiting that also. Here's the 6 to 10 day below normal here across much of the Southwest through November 17th. 6 to 10 day, still have that above average signal here. Cross your fingers for that. And look at the 8 to 14 day, man, below normal. So that Climate Prediction Center is picking up on those cooler temperatures as we go through the following weekend coming up. And again, that above normal precipitation keeps showing up as well. Channel's doing pretty good. We're up over 28,000 subscribers. If we go back to January 1st of this year, we were at 15,700. So, you know what? We grew by almost 13,000 this year. Not bad to see. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the channel. Leave some comments below. What else? I guess we will do this all again tomorrow. Hope you're having a good day, and I will talk to you guys then.